Imagine stumbling across a decaying body in a cornfield. No signs of struggle, no clear cause of death. But inside the victim's pockets, 2 pages of coded messages that not even the FBI can crack. This isn't the start of a fictional crime thriller. This is real. This is the unsolved case of Ricky McCormick, June 1999, Missouri. A farmer working near a field roughly 15 miles west of St. Louis stumbled upon a body in the tall weeds. It was face up, already in a severe state of decomposition. The man was identified as 41-year-old Ricky McCormick, but there were no gunshots, no stab wounds, no bruises, nothing to tell the police how Ricky died or why he was even in that field. And then came the real twist. In his pants pockets, authorities found 2 handwritten notes filled with bizarre, cryptic codes. Lines and lines of capital letters, numbers, dashes, and circles. No words, no explanation, no context. Just pure mystery. Whatever was written there, it looked important and possibly dangerous. What made it even stranger? Ricky McCormick wasn't a codebreaker or a spy. He was a high school dropout with learning disabilities. He'd held low-paying jobs, lived off disability checks, and had a few run-ins with the law. But those who knew him best described him as a quiet, odd man. Not the kind of person you'd expect to be involved in some deep, unsolvable mystery. And yet, Ricky had a habit that suddenly became important. He scribbled. Constantly. Notebooks full of strange symbols and incomprehensible writings. His family said it was nonsense. The ramblings of a man with a unique mind. But to Ricky, it all meant something. The 2 notes found in his pockets were unlike anything his family had seen. To the FBI, they looked like coded messages, maybe something tied to drugs or crime. The agency handed the notes over to their own cryptanalysis unit, but even with the tools and experts available, they couldn't make sense of them. 12 years later, in 2011, the FBI made a rare move. They published the notes online, asking the public for help. Here's just a taste of what they found. NCBE NWLD, NCBE NWLD, OWM4H8L XORLX, PRSE SE, PRSE SE. No obvious patterns, no clear meanings, but definite structure and repetition. Was this a personal cipher? Was it phonetic? Or something else entirely? Before we dig into theories, let's go back to the days before Ricky's death. He had recently checked into a hospital with chest pains. He had heart issues and his health wasn't great. After being discharged, Ricky started making odd trips, especially to the area where he was found. He didn't drive, he didn't own a car, yet he was traveling miles away from his home. Why? Some say he might have been a runner, a go-between for drug dealers. Others think he was meeting someone he didn't want others to know about. Either way, he ended up dead in a place he wasn't supposed to be, and no one's ever explained how he got there. Even more suspicious, the local police didn't immediately treat his death as a homicide. With no visible injuries and a decomposed body, the cause of death was officially listed as undetermined. But to his family and to many amateur investigators, that explanation didn't hold up. The mystery gained national attention once the FBI went public with the codes. Codebreakers around the world tried to decipher them. Some thought they were personal shorthand. Others proposed that the notes were phonetic, meaning they had to be read out loud to understand their meaning. A few even used computer algorithms to scan for patterns. Nothing has worked. One of the more eerie theories? That the codes weren't written by Ricky, that they were planted, that maybe someone else, someone who wanted him dead, used the codes to leave a message or cover their tracks. If that's true, the code might be the key to solving his death. But if it was something Ricky wrote himself and only he understood it, then the mystery might never be solved. His family believes he was involved in something beyond his understanding. Maybe he was used. Maybe he was scared. Maybe those notes were his attempt to warn someone or himself. The FBI has never closed the case. Despite the years, they still list the Ricky McCormick case as active. And the codes? Still unsolved. Not a single expert or amateur has definitively cracked them. But what continues to haunt investigators and truth seekers isn't just the code. It's the silence around his death, the unanswered questions, the body dumped in the middle of nowhere, the notes that hint at something bigger. In the early morning hours of February 14, 1991, Valentine's Day, 17-year-old Erika Hill was found dead in the bedroom of her family's suburban Milwaukee home. The case had all the makings of a terrifying murder mystery, yet today, it's rarely spoken of. No headlines, no documentaries. Just a forgotten tragedy cloaked in suspicion, unanswered questions, and chilling possibilities. Erika was a smart, outgoing high school senior with dreams of becoming a nurse. Her life seemed typical. She had a close circle of friends, good grades, and a loving family. But on that icy February morning, her mother returned home from working the night shift to a gruesome scene. Erika was sprawled on the floor of her bedroom. She had been strangled. At first glance, there was no forced entry, no signs of a struggle throughout the house. Nothing appeared stolen. Her little brother had been asleep in the next room, completely unaware of what had transpired. The police were baffled. How could someone murder a teenager in her own bedroom without waking anyone? But the case quickly got more disturbing. Investigators discovered that Erika had been receiving strange phone calls in the days leading up to her death. She told friends and family that someone had been harassing her over the phone, calling at odd hours. Some reports even claimed the voice on the other end was distorted or disguised. Erika had become increasingly anxious, even scared. The calls weren't traced in time. Friends later shared that Erika had confided in them about a man she believed was stalking her. She didn't know who he was, but she felt watched. One friend recalled Erika saying, "If something happens to me, tell them I was being followed." And something did happen. The night before she died, Erika was seen on the phone, pacing nervously. Her mother kissed her goodnight and left for work. That was the last time she saw her daughter alive. There were rumors. Some claimed Erika had a secret boyfriend, older and possibly dangerous. Others whispered that she'd been followed home from school, but no one came forward. No one knew his name. If this man existed, he left no trace. The autopsy revealed that Erika had been strangled with something soft, possibly a towel or a piece of clothing. There were no defensive wounds, leading some to speculate that she knew her killer. The murder weapon was never found. And the phone calls? They stopped after she died. The investigation went cold. For years, Erika's family begged for answers. The case was reopened in 2005, but no new evidence surfaced. DNA testing yielded nothing. The case remains unsolved, and yet, it haunts those who remember it. Some believe Erika's killer might have been someone close to her. Others think it was a stranger who had been watching for weeks, waiting for the right moment. The idea that someone could slip into a quiet suburban home, commit murder, and vanish without a trace is terrifying. But that's exactly what happened. And the phone calls. To this day, investigators haven't been able to identify where they came from. They weren't prank calls. Erika's fear was real. Someone was toying with her, tormenting her, until the night it escalated to murder. There are even darker theories. One suggests the killer might have been inside the house the whole time, hiding in a closet or basement, waiting. That he was already there when Erika said goodnight to her mother. Another posits that the killer was a close friend, someone she trusted, someone who knew her schedule, who knew her mother would be working that night. That level of planning suggests more than a random act. It suggests obsession. Still, no one has ever been charged. The silence surrounding Erika Hill's murder is deafening. It's one of those cases that slips through the cracks. No Netflix series, no Dateline special. Just a young girl silenced forever on a day meant for love. But her story deserves to be told, because somewhere out there, her killer might still be walking free. And someone out there knows something. Maybe they're still holding on to a secret. Maybe they were told to keep quiet. Maybe they think enough time has passed. But Erika's family hasn't forgotten. Neither have her friends. There's one more theory that's rarely spoken about. Some believe Erika may have discovered something she wasn't meant to know. Maybe it had nothing to do with boys or stalkers. Maybe it was something closer to home, a secret hidden beneath layers of normalcy, something that made her a target. We may never know, but what we do know is this. Erika Hill didn't die by accident. She didn't run away. She didn't overdose. Someone took her life. Someone who knew how to disappear, And maybe, just maybe, they're still out there, dialing a new number, whispering into another phone, waiting for their next victim. Until someone comes forward or evidence breaks through, Erika's case remains frozen